Jan from The Office is played by Melora Hardin, and Melora Hardin was originally cast to be Jennifer in Back to the Future, and Jennifer was Marty McFly's girlfriend. And I don't know if you guys know this, but originally Marty McFly was going to be played by Eric Stoltz. The producers of Back to the Future wanted Michael J. Fox, but Michael J. Fox was starring in Family Ties and didn't have time to shoot another thing, Back to the Future. So Michael J. Fox's manager didn't even let him read the script and just told the Back to the Future producer, no, you can't have it. So they went with Eric Stoltz. And Eric Stoltz was not hitting the comedic marks like they wanted. They wanted the movie to be like funny, but Eric was taking it more of a serious direction. Like, for example, they were asking him like, how do you feel about the character? And he said, I think it's really sad that Marty remembers a past that nobody else remembers. And he was really into method acting, so he would grow his fingernails really, really long because apparently guitar players like to have long fingernails. So he was trying to take Marty in more of that type of direction, more of a serious direction. Eric also demanded to be called Marty, so much so that Christopher Lloyd, the man that played Doc Brown, didn't know that his real name was Eric for a really long time. He actually thought his name was Marty. And the directors were really frustrated because that's not how they wanted the character to be portrayed, and the movie was just not going the way that they were envisioning it. So they had mostly shot the entire movie, and then they decided, okay, we're not gonna do this anymore with him. We're gonna do whatever we can to get Michael J. Fox. So for like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, they shot the rest of the movie without having Eric Stoltz in any of the scenes. All of the scenes that didn't require Marty to be in them, they started shooting those scenes. And then they finally approached Michael J. Fox and were like, please just read this script and we want you to do it. Michael J. Fox read the script and was like, yes, I want to do this. Let's do it. And random side note, the producers of Back to the Future could not say anything bad about Eric Stoltz. They actually spoke very, very highly of him. They thought he was a wonderful actor. He just wasn't taking the character of Marty McFly in the direction that they wanted to. And they actually parted very amicably. Like, everything was wonderful. And that's one of the reasons why Michael J. Fox was so comfortable taking this role, because he knew that he was going into a wonderful work environment. So he decided that he would do Family Ties and Back to the Future at the exact same time. So then they had to reshoot the entirety of Back to the Future where Eric Stoltz was Marty McFly. But when they brought Michael J. Fox in with Jan from The Office, let's just call her that, I don't remember her name, I'm so sorry. They realized that Jan from The Office was way, way too tall for Michael J. Fox, and they're like, okay, this isn't gonna work. So they recast Jennifer, and the new Jennifer was Claudia Wells. And unfortunately, Claudia could not come back for the second Back to the Future because her mom was battling stage 4 cancer, and she just didn't have time to come and shoot this movie. So in Back to the Future 2, they recast Claudia Wells, so Elizabeth Shue played Jennifer in Back to the Future 2. Another fun fact is Crispin Glover, who played Marty McFly's dad in Back to the Future 1, was not the same guy who played Marty McFly's dad in Back to the Future 2. He was played by Jeffrey Wiseman, and you probably wouldn't know that because they went to such lengths to make Jeffrey Wiseman look like Crispin Glover. And Crispin Glover didn't want to come back for the second Back to the Future movie because he really, really didn't like how at the end of the first Back to the Future movie, they portrayed money as the happiness and not the fact that just the family was happier as the happiness. They made it more seem like the happy ending was the fact that the family was more financially successful, and he really didn't like that, so he refused to come back for the second Back to the Future movie. But because they made Jeffrey Wiseman look so much like Crispin Glover that people didn't even know that Crispin Glover wasn't in the second Back to the Future movie, Crispin Glover actually sued the producers of Back to the Future 2. He sued Back to the Future 2. He sued them. And he actually won. He got a huge settlement, and it changed the laws in Hollywood that you cannot use an actor's likeness without their approval. I love movies, and I love behind the scenes of movies. I love actors. I love learning about all of that stuff. That stuff to me is so interesting and so fun to learn. I just learned about Jan from The Office being the original Jennifer, and I thought that was really cool, and I had to